This is a Fox News alert and a Fox News exclusive. National security correspondent Jennifer Griffin is at the Pentagon tonight with some alarming news about one of America's greatest enemies defying international travel sanctions. Good evening, Jennifer.
Good evening, Brett. Fox News has learned the shadowy Iranian Quds Force commander, General Qasem Soleimani, recently visited Moscow to meet with senior Russian leaders despite an international travel ban. Western intelligence sources tell me Soleimani arrived on Friday, July 24th on Iran Air Flight 5130 and departed just 3 days before Secretary of State John Kerry testified about the Iran nuclear deal before the Senate Armed Services Committee.
Under the United States' initiative, Qasem Soleimani will never be relieved of any sanctions.
In Moscow, General Soleimani met with President Vladimir Putin, we're told, and his defense minister. The news comes as a UN arms embargo against Iran is slated to be lifted in 5 years as part of the nuclear agreement. Soleimani wasted little time getting to Moscow after the deal was finalized. Soleimani is blamed for the deaths of 500 Americans in Iraq. He was first designated a terrorist by the U.S. in 2005.
He is absolutely responsible for killing many Americans. In fact, I would say the last 2 years I was there, the majority of our casualties came from his surrogates, not Sunni or al-Qaeda.
What this shows, Brett, is General Soleimani is increasingly being elevated and recognized as a key player on the world stage as Iranian influence in the region grows, despite assurances from Secretary Kerry and others that he will continue to face sanctions. Brett?
Big news tonight. Jennifer Griffin live at the Pentagon. Jennifer, thank you. A Defense Department official tells Fox News Russia is strongly suspected of launching a cyber attack against the Pentagon's Joint Staff unclassified email system. The attack occurred on July 25th, and the system has been offline ever since. Nearly 4,000 Pentagon employees have been affected. A group claiming to be a new affiliate of ISIS is taking responsibility for an attack on a mosque used by police special forces in Saudi Arabia. 15 people were killed in the city of Abba, close to the border with Yemen. The so-called Hijaz province of the Islamic State had not been heard from previously. Meantime, back to politics. While Republicans are gathered here in Cleveland for today's debates, some Democrats are complaining tonight about their debate schedule. They feel the party bosses are trying to give Hillary Clinton an advantage. Clinton was working on that strategy herself today. Chief White House correspondent Ed Henry is covering the Democrats tonight from New York.
On the 50th anniversary of the Voting Rights Act, Hillary Clinton found another way to fire up African-American voters as she struggles to keep her lead over Socialist Democratic Senator Bernie Sanders, using a radio interview with the Reverend Al Sharpton to yuck it up about tonight's Republican debate and level a heavy charge she's made throughout the campaign. The GOP candidates are trying to prevent minorities from voting.
You know, Al, I don't think I need to watch it to know that nearly everybody standing on that stage in the first or the second debate has either actively sought to limit the right to vote in their state or supported the effort to limit the right to vote.
A free shot at the Republican field when Clinton has yet to submit herself to tough questions from Sanders and the rest of the Democratic field. Today, just hours before the GOP debate, Democratic National Committee Chair Debbie Wasserman Schultz arrived in Cleveland and announced the debate schedule, saying there will be a podium for Vice President Joe Biden if he wants.
In fact, there's room for anyone. This is America. So,
of the 6 Democratic debates, just 4 of them are before Iowa and New Hampshire, and they don't start until October 13th. So the frontrunner will go 2 more months before facing the music.
People in our country are looking for new leadership, and they're looking for new ideas and an ability to get things done. And as a party, we can offer those things, but we can't offer them if we cut off debate, if we circle the wagons.
Clinton aides note there will be several forums where the candidates will all appear. And other Democrats note O'Malley has an axe to grind since he's struggling at 1% in the latest Fox poll. Yet Sanders, who is within striking distance of Clinton in New Hampshire and other states, also declared today he's disappointed. And there should be, quote, certainly more than 6. Now, one confrontation Clinton may want to avoid, the FBI probe of her email server, which her camp has insisted is not a criminal investigation, except today Fox called the FBI. An agency spokesman told our Peter Barnes, quote, our investigations are all criminal. So it doesn't mean they're going to bring criminal charges in the end necessarily, but it means this is starting out as a criminal probe, Brett.
Interesting clarification. Ed Henry in New York. Ed, thank you. Stocks were down today. The Dow lost 121. The S&P 500 was off 16. The Nasdaq dropped 83.5. Take a live look here behind me in the spin room. A lot of candidates still talking to reporters, and you see these signs being held up so that everybody knows where they are. It's continuing. We'll see more of that tonight after the big debate that starts 8:50 Eastern Time. Plenty more from Cleveland straight ahead when we come back. Auditioning for the job of leader of the free world.